Hey, welcome to the channel, guys. My name's Erin, and on this channel, we review courses, compare business models, talk about different ways to make money online. And today, I'm especially excited because we're talking about a really unique Airbnb course. And I love traveling. I love the whole permaculture thing and off the grid thing. And so I'm super excited to talk about this today. I have taken and researched and reviewed dozens of courses online, and I've ultimately discovered what I think is the best way to do it to make that extra income stream. And so we'll talk about that at the end. But, anyways, let's get into today's topic, which is the Live the Off Grid Dream course. So, the Live the Off Grid Dream course is not only a mouthful, but it is a online self-paced program offered by the Aizen Sanctuary that teaches you how to buy land, cultivate it, develop a self-sustainable off-the-grid model, and earn a passive income either by selling the crops that you farm, that you grow and farm, or by renting out unique amenities on your property on Airbnb. The creators' names are Jaymie and Shelby. I believe they're brothers, and they claim that you will get everything up and running in just 3 months. We'll find out throughout this presentation if that's possible. We're also going to talk about the pros and cons of their course. We're going to talk about the business model of using Airbnb to make money online, some challenges of that business model, and we're going to compare it to local lead generation, which is my favorite way to make extra income online. First of all, let's get into the business model of making money through Airbnb. For those of you who are not familiar, Airbnb is a community-based online program for listing and renting local homes. It connects hosts and travelers and facilitates the process of renting without owning any rooms itself. Now, that little bit there, that is more arbitrage than pure Airbnb. Airbnb arbitrage is when you rent a room and then you rent that out to somebody else. With Airbnb, there's different models to that, and you're going to come across different challenges in that respect. But with pure Airbnb, where you own the property, you'll avoid some different challenges there. Moreover, this business model cultivates a sharing economy by allowing property owners to rent out private apartments, flats, houses. If you have looked through Airbnb, you'll notice there are unique rentals on there like campers, tree houses, tents, glamping tents, things like that. And that is where Jaymie and Shelby have wedged themselves in because their strategy is very unique. So the pros of Live the Off-Grid Dream course. First of all, there is sliding scale pricing. And so what that means is there are different pricing tiers. You can choose to either pay 3 payments of $137 or 1 payment of $397. So it's a really low paying course compared to other things online that are really into the thousands. And then the sliding part, you have the option to pause your payment plan for up to 2 months. They also have a great refund policy. So regardless of whatever payment plan you choose, Aizen Sanctuary will give you a full refund plus an additional $2,000 just for trying it out, which is really cool because they must really believe in what they're doing. And starting an Airbnb like this is going to set you back for sure. You're going to have to at least buy some land, if not land with property on it. And so if you try it and you decide that you want to refund that $2,000, it's pretty cool that they're going to offer that to you. Another pro is that you'll get experienced mentors. Jaymie and Shelby are both, they've done this before. They've received pushback. They've faced challenges. They're going to have good advice for you. And then there's also a supportive community that you will have access to. On top of the community that you'll have access to, which is on Facebook and Telegram, I've just noticed within the off-grid culture, there is a pretty strong community there as well. So this is a cool way to get involved and to bring more people into that culture. Cons of the Live Off-Grid Dream course. The premium content is an added cost. So you won't get the full course without coughing up more money, which makes some sense with, again, how low that initial pricing is. There have also been some questionable practices that have gone on, and I don't want to get too much into it because it's a little controversial, but part of Jaymie and Shelby's marketing mentioned some crowdfunding, and they say people gave them $60,000 worth of donations without them even asking, and it's portrayed as something that you can also do. And whether or not this really happened is up for debate. There have been some other articles written about them online. They did get 60,000 worth of donations, but again, there's just some weird things that went into it, and it might have involved some untrue crowdfunding practices. Also, what they teach is not applicable globally. So this is really only something that you can do in the United States, just because it's going to talk about specifics in our country. If you wanted to do something like this elsewhere, I would suggest finding a course that's going to be specific to wherever you're located. So who are Jaymie and Shelby? This first slide is going to talk about Jaymie. So at 10, he worked as a floor sweeper. He started working super young. Throughout his years working, he grew into working on custom homes. This is a valuable skill, which led him to see a trap in modern society. And that trap is something that millennials are definitely not a stranger to. You go to college, you work a job that you don't like to pay off the student debt that got you there, and to afford a house that you barely spend any time in, and you run through life unconsciously. And by the time that you are able to enjoy life and be more conscious of it, you're near retirement. And so he made his dream to find a better way to do it. And so by his junior year of high school, he was planning to build a homestead filled with a good community. And in 2020, he was operating a $60 million telecommunications software business and founded Habitat Botanicals. He also attended BCIT's construction electrical program and continued his interest in physics at the University of Fraser Valley. So this guy is the Renaissance man of the operation here. He's got a lot going on and definitely has a bigger picture in his head. Shelby, he was shipped off every summer to work with his uncle, started to learn the metal trades, and built his talent there. He spent the beginning of his career helping build $15 to $30 million custom homes. He worked as a boiler maker. He was bedridden for a couple months and ended up not able to work for almost 2 years, which kind of took him through his journey to nutrition, fitness, breath work, all stuff that you can really focus on when you live off grid. These days, you can find Shelby in the kitchen creating organic meals, and he is a self-taught and award-winning mechanical and structural designer. He also studied under Nicolette Richer at Richer Health. So again, the other brother has a lot of experience there too, definitely a Renaissance man in his own ways, and the two of them are going to be your head mentors as you take this course. So again, how much does it cost? We talked about that before, so I'll just read this quickly. The price is 3 payments of $137 or 1 payment of $397. This course has been around since 2020. The refund policy is 100% money back guarantee plus $2,000 as long as you can prove that you followed everything written in the course. And as for reputation, it's great for the course itself, but not so great for the course creator. And that goes back to that drama that we mentioned before. What's inside the Live the Off-Grid Dream course? There is lifetime access to the self-paced program, and that includes videos, written text, step-by-step guides, unlimited updates. So even though this course was created in 2021, they're going to keep adding updates so that you have the latest information. There is a physical workbook that is 358 pages. So that's really cool to see. A lot of online creators will have a workbook or a guide or a free download and you get it and it's pretty low quality, low content. Doesn't really say much just to get your email address, but this is a legit workbook that will be shipped to your physical address. And like I mentioned before, you also get access to the Facebook group and the Telegram group. What are the challenges of the Airbnb business model? First of all, it's a lot to organize. If you want to make money doing Airbnb, you have to be super organized as far as accounting goes, as far as your listing goes, as far as keeping up to date with local laws and regulations, furnishings, everything. If you want a cleaning lady to come in, all of that, it's a lot of organization. So if that's not one of your strengths, this might not be the business model for you. Guests also expect a lot when they come to stay with you. I don't know about you, but when I stay in a hotel, if I need more towels or more toilet paper or something is wrong with my room, I want to be able to call the front desk and have somebody appear at my door within an hour for sure. And so a lot of Airbnb guests don't offer that. The people that are marked as super hosts are the ones that offer 24/7 or close to it coverage. But if you're not ready to manage guests like that, or even worse, sometimes you have people that need a lot more work than what I just described. If you're not ready for that, this might not be for you either. Bad reviews on the Airbnb platform can really take you down. Damage to property happens a lot, and it can get expensive. There is definitely going to be at least one unexpected emergency. And that kind of turns into a snowball effect that if you don't respond fast enough, or maybe you do respond fast enough, you're still going to get a bad review. It's going to affect your listings and therefore affect how many guests you get. Plus, there's the whole liability factor of the unexpected emergencies. You do get a level of protection from Airbnb. And if you have an LC, which I would suggest, that will protect you more. You can get different insurances. But again, those will start eating into your profit margins. So something else to get into that organizational side of things. It's a lot. You're going to have to find an Airbnb too. So if you're going to purchase your Airbnb, you're going to need to first find that space, which can be difficult if you're looking in an area where the market is really tough. And then you're going to need probably a pretty hefty down payment to secure that spot. Lastly, long-term rental units are being converted into a kind of hotel. And so that's just another big competition that you're going to have to face. So in conclusion, is Live the Off-Grid Dream course worth it? The program seems interesting and well thought out. You will also learn from people who've walked the walk and are willing to share their experience and insights with you. And one other thing that I really want to focus in on is this isn't just find an Airbnb, list it, call it good course. They have the Live the Off-Grid Dream, which includes unique stays, health and well-being, and eco and cultural impact. So what they're going to talk to you about will include having a glamping tent, offering yoga services, being environmentally friendly, eating organic food, things like that. And so this kind of takes that regular Airbnb model to the next level. They teach you how to find funding for the eco resort that you're going to have. You're going to learn how to communicate value in this dream of living off grid. You're going to learn how to make it profitable. You're going to learn how to create an economic engine through an automated business model. You'll learn how to create this all through Airbnb. You'll learn how to market and really make people say wow when they look at what you're offering. How to assess the land. Some financial tools are included. They're learning for the financial tools. You're going to learn practical permaculture practices. So that means land management for a sustainable farm, regenerative agriculture, earthworks, community living, things like that. And that's really scratching the surface. There's a lot more that they're going to include in this. Even things like how to protect yourself from a wildfire, that's in this course. So it's very niche Airbnb idea here, very interesting, something that perks my interest for sure, but it might not be what you're looking for, especially if you're just getting started with Airbnb. Moreover, I'd be wary of some of the things that they teach, especially with finding funding. When there's smoke, there's fire, and the previous allegations of fraud do raise questions about their practices. But still, I do think that this program is worth trying if you're interested in the eco resort idea, especially if you're passionate about that side of things. Just do your due diligence and learn whatever you can about them, and you're in a good place to start for sure. Now, I do want to talk about another way of making money online, which I think is far better than Airbnb. And the reason behind that is because Airbnb, property management in general, that deals with physical real estate. And physical real estate has a lot of overhead, a lot of risks, a lot of work. Yes, it can get you to passive income, but especially for beginners, there's a lot of big learning curve, and really big, devastating mistakes that you can make. With local lead generation, instead of physical real estate, we work in digital real estate. And so we create a website instead of a rental property. That website promotes a local service like tree removal, limos, junk removal, and we rank it to the top of Google. We optimize it, and then we will take it to a small business in a local area and give that small business the leads that we generate from our website, which is really cool because it's digital. There is far less overhead. You don't have to worry about bad tenants or damages to your property. It's all online. Once it ranks, it really requires a small amount of maintenance, if any at all. So therefore, it's far easier to manage. And then at the end of the day, you own that asset. So Airbnb does not have control over the amount of money you're making. Overnight, we see it with Amazon for sure, YouTube, but Airbnb too, if they change their structure, if they change their algorithm, it can affect how much money you're making easily. Those bad reviews can chop you down on how much profit you're bringing in. And so with local lead generation, since you own that asset, you don't have to worry at all about losing control of your business. And so if you're interested in learning more about local lead generation, take a look in my bio and you'll see a link that'll take you to learn more. Thanks for listening. Bye.